They reached the outskirts of the city, the air within their helmets growing thick, not with particulate matter, but with a palpable sense of oppressive antiquity and crushing dread. The stone-like material of the buildings, when they finally stood before it, was an alien gray, a shade impossible to describe with terrestrial colors. It was smooth in some places to an unsettling degree, feeling almost warm to the touch of a gloved hand despite the vacuum. In others, it was covered in a bizarre, almost organic texture, like petrified muscle or ancient flayed skin, rippling with unidentifiable glyphs. Strange, unsettling patterns adorned the walls, glyphs and bas-reliefs that seemed to mock human attempts at comprehension, their swirling lines and impossible angles hinting at concepts utterly alien to terrestrial minds. "Incredible," Atwood murmured, his voice tinny and distant over the helmet's internal communication system, muffled by the static. He knelt, an effort that required considerable leverage and strain against the stiff, unyielding joints of his suit, the canvas protesting with soft groans. He brought a portable magnifier to bear on a fragment of fallen masonry. "The composition is unlike anything I've ever encountered, Armitage. Some sort of hyper-dense silicate matrix, yes, but interwoven with organic filaments? It seems almost grown rather than constructed. The atomic structure, it's unstable, almost fluid, yet rigidly bound." He ran a gloved hand over the smooth, yet oddly warm surface, a warmth utterly inexplicable in the frigid lunar vacuum, a warmth that seemed to emanate from within the very stone. Armitage, his gaze sweeping across the alien cityscape, felt a chill that transcended the lunar cold, a dread that seeped into his bones. "Their science was far beyond our own, Atwood. We are but children picking at the scraps of a forgotten giant. We must proceed with the utmost caution. Every shadow could conceal a horror beyond our reckoning." They ventured deeper into the ruined metropolis, their arc lamps cutting blinding swaths through the oppressive, absolute darkness that clung to the ancient structures. The powerful light seemed to be swallowed by the gray material, barely illuminating the intricate details of the alien architecture, as if the stone itself absorbed all photons. They passed through colossal archways that seemed designed for beings of immense stature, entities far larger and more robust than any human. The sheer scale was disorienting. Walking through these gateways was like moving through the threshold of a mountain, their tiny figures dwarfed by the immense portals. The surfaces were covered in intricate carvings depicting scenes of alien life, of beings with star-headed forms and membranous wings, their multi-jointed limbs and bizarre sensory organs rendered with chilling precision. They were engaged in activities that defied human understanding. Some depicted what appeared to be geological processes, continents shifting and oceans forming, but on a scale and at a speed that hinted at a mastery over planetary forces beyond human comprehension. Others seemed to illustrate celestial phenomena, strange constellations and alien suns, suggesting a profound understanding of the cosmos, a cosmology terrifyingly different from their own. Still others showed what could only be interpreted as warfare, titanic struggles between the star-headed entities and other, more amorphous, less defined shapes, hinting at conflicts that had spanned eons and galaxies, battles fought with forces that could shatter worlds. The difficulty of movement in their bulky suits was a constant, gnawing presence, a thick, pervasive layer of discomfort and physical strain. Each step was a deliberate, weighty act, a battle against the suit's rigid structure and the unfamiliar lunar gravity. The joints of their suits creaked and groaned with every bend of knee or elbow, the rubberized fabric straining, the metal hinges grinding softly. To raise an arm to point, to bend down for a closer look, or to simply turn their heads within their helmets, each action required a conscious expenditure of effort, quickly leading to fatigue that settled deep in their muscles.
The oxygen inside their suits, recycled through rudimentary scrubbers, grew stale with the effort, making their breathing heavier, their minds less sharp, a dull ache beginning behind their eyes. The constant hiss of their life support systems was a monotonous lullaby, a grim reminder of their precarious existence in this hostile environment. Their field of vision, severely limited by the circular glass of their helmets, forced them to turn their entire upper bodies to observe their surroundings, further adding to their cumbersome movements and contributing to their growing disorientation. They stumbled often, saved only by the low gravity. Their fingers, clumsy and thick gloves, struggled with the delicate instruments. Simple tasks, like adjusting a camera lens or securing a sample bag, became monumental struggles of dexterity.